Hello and welcome back to the Queers On podcast with me, Alex Mitchell.
And me, Hollie Noble.
This week we are joined by a fantastic comedian, presenter, broadcaster, so many strings to his bow. Please welcome to this podcast, James Barr.
You forgot bitch. Hi.
We met 5 minutes ago. Bitch would have felt pretty intense as an introduction.
Yeah, maybe too much. Sorry. Hi. So good to be here.
Thanks for coming on. We're absolutely thrilled to have you. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule and coming and doing this, because
please, I just had a nap.
Fair enough. You're busy, mate. You're about to go on tour as well, which is very exciting.
No, to be honest, I am busy. It's like mentally busy. My brain is a bit busy. I don't really know where it is. Does that make any sense? It's just like in too many places. But yeah, I'm great. I'm so excited for my show. I'm touring Australia and then I have a UK tour and a Soho Theatre run. So it's really exciting. But I'm really tired.
It's an incredibly exciting time. I mean, for people who don't know, you have also been hosting a radio breakfast show this morning. So there's every reason to be tired.
That is right. And people get really like bitchy about that. They're like, "Oh, you work 4 hours a day," and it's not really 4 hours a day because I get up at 5 a.m. So it feels like it almost feels like the whole day, and then you finish, and you just feel like you've been hit by a bus. I don't want to trigger anyone that's recently been hit by a bus, but it does. It does kind of,
if you're listening and you've recently been hit by a bus,
yeah, so sorry. It does feel like that though. It feels like that. It's like living in constant jet lag.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, and people will probably always be like, "It sounds like the dream job. It sounds great," and everyone sees all those positives. And you go, actually,
it does get to a point because we have a lot of like very famous guests coming in for interviews, and it does get to the point where you're like, "Oh God, do I have to like put makeup on and smile and ask, I don't know, Jack Whitehall questions for 20 minutes? Like, I just want to go home." So I have to check my privilege quite often.
Yeah.
It's not the same in any way. I did a very bad show on Sunday night in Manchester, which didn't go great. And I would say within about 10 minutes of me being on stage, I openly turned to the audience and went, "I resent this and I don't respect you." And I feel like
that's hilarious. I resent this and I don't respect you.
Yeah. Because people are always like, again, people say just like stand-ups. They're like, "Oh, it must be, especially the dream job for you. Like you must love it." And I'm like, no, this isn't the dream job.
You're kidding? Yeah, like it's not a dream job. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, I know. The dream job is sushi chef, because I don't think there's such a thing as a bad sushi chef.
Are they even a chef if they're not cooking it though? Do you know what I mean? They're just assembling.
Cold rice and raw fish. You can't fuck that up, right? That's the dream job. I want a job with very little or like, community support officer. No responsibility.
That sounds really lovely. You could help people that have recently been hit by a bus.
Yeah, and that's what this podcast is all about.
I will join the queue.
Have you ever tried to make sushi, Alex? Because I feel like that's something that you couldn't do.
I mean, I like I say, in my mind's eye, it's the easiest job in the world. But hey, I'm willing to be proven wrong.
I don't really trust queers with fish. I've got to be honest. I don't know why. I can't define that. I just don't. Like, have you ever seen a boat? Have you ever been on a boat? Have you ever caught a fish? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. I mean, there's plenty of guys who've been on a boat, but I don't think fishing was like the necessary top tier of what they were doing.
A boat in Puerto Valletta doesn't count.
Yeah.
Off the coast of Grand Can.
Yes, no.
Yeah, I've been on a boat, but no. Someone once tried to get me to catch fish, and I refused.
What happened?
Why bother? Who's got the time?
It was an ex, and I'm not proud of it. So I don't know. I brought it up really because I'm quite disgusted by the whole thing.
Was this when you were dating men? Because it definitely was, and it definitely was. What attracted you to him was his Tinder profile, which was he was just holding a massive fish.
Yeah.
That's it. Classic.
And right, can I just tell you a little story about that guy? So we lived together, unfortunately, and he what did fishing as a hobby, which isn't a hobby. And he brought back a bag of maggots into my home, and they escaped out of the bag.
Oh, what? Why did it take you so long to leave him? That's awful.
Daddy
issues,
money? I think.
Okay,
no,
right.
no, very much not.
His maggots escaped. That's vile.
Yeah.
That is, it's pretty.
And
Where
I was
did they
asleep.
go?
Oh, you're asleep as well.
I'm going to be sick thinking. Right, I was asleep. I fell asleep on the sofa, very much like you today, James. I fell asleep on the sofa and I woke up and my carpet was moving.
Oh, that's just the worst thing I've ever had in my life.
And you're sure you hadn't taken a mushroom?
No, I'm sure.
Oh, if that was the story, we'd be way more into it.
Oh, I screamed.
Oh, that is horrible.
Yeah. And I just stood in the bath for like half an hour.
Yeah. Why? Because they wouldn't come for you in the bath.
Because they couldn't.
Presumably.
Yeah, and that was not logic. They can't get to me in the bath.
You're safe in the bath. Oh, that's awful.
Don't trust queers with fish. Do trust them with mushrooms. That's what we've learned today.
Yeah.
That's our
I
first
agree.
question on the podcast, which we always start with, is if we could serve you any drink right now, what would be the perfect drink for you right now?
This is really difficult for me to answer because I gave up alcohol 55 days ago, and because I'm basic, and it was like the 1st of January. No, wait, is that right? It's something like that anyway. So I would choose an espresso martini always.
Oh, yes.
I would. Yeah, I've had a zero espresso martini recently. That was still good. So maybe that, or just some sparkling water with some fresh lime.
Yeah.
Kill me.
What bullshit broadcaster response. Sparkling water with lime.
Yeah, or a San Pellegrino, maybe, you know, like a lemon one.
Yeah.
That would be really nice. A lemon Fanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a treat, actually. Oh, fuck, I'd love a lemon Fanta. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go lemon Fanta.
That's a great shot. The first lemon Fanta of the summer is always the best drink of the year.
And it's kind of sunny today as well for a change.
Yeah, it's always the sweetest.
It's great. It's always great. It's always great.
Yeah.
And second question on the podcast always comes from Hollie.
Yes. How do you think Timon identifies sexually?
Right, that's a good question. I think that Timon...
You will not believe how few people say to us that's a good question when Hollie asks.
No way. Really?
No. Everyone looks at us and goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
What
no.
happened?
So, because I knew you were going to ask me about a character, but I didn't know which one. And I think
Yeah.
that's actually a very important question because culturally, Timon is, well, he's quite important, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he's sort of shaped our childhood, Hakuna Matata, etc. I think he's a bit of a fuckboy. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I think he's repressed. I think he's definitely on the Kinsey scale. There's some gayness there, and I don't think he wants to admit it because he's too busy, like with the bravado sort of thing. But he has no worries for the rest of his days, and I think he needs to action that a bit and suck Pumbaa's dick, maybe. It just...
Oh my God.
That's horrible. I'm so
Start
sorry.
worrying.
That is
Start worrying.
absolutely horrible. It just feels as though he's probably got some homosexuality in there. I think he's probably bi. I think he's bi or pan.
Yeah. I think that's a good shout. And I do get the fuckboy energy.
But yeah, I think he's too much of a fuckboy to explore that.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the worst guy in the club. That's the
Yeah.
vibe I get off him.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
my God,
he's
you're so
just-
right. He's got a key, he's bumping in the middle of the dance floor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't know what
He's
it is.
proper-
Oh.
Yeah. He gave you his number 2 weeks ago and then came up to you and gave it to you again. And you're like, I've already got your number, mate.
Oh yeah, that's disgusting. That's
He's that
absolutely
guy.
awful.
Oh.
Which is,
Oh,
by the way,
the fuck-
also me. We've all done it, right?
What do you, just while we're on the topic of the Lion King, what do you think of Mufasa, by the way, just in general?
Oh.
What?
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
James, come on.
No,
Oh,
don't,
my-
come on, Hollie.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's how this all came about because Alex fancies a lion.
I don't fancy a lion. I just think his energy's he's got fit
He's got
energy.
hot energy, yeah. He has
Yeah.
got big dick energy.
Like,
Yeah, 100%.
Pride Rock, all of it.
Specifically the bit when he comes back in the stars. Oh,
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's really beautiful. Because
Yeah.
he's like,
God.
yeah. No, I think he's really sweet.
Yeah. But sexy?
Probably not. I think I prefer Simba. I think Simba's, like
Well-
adult Simba, obviously. Sorry.
Okay.
Just to be clear. I think
Yeah.
I think the narcissism of Simba.
Yeah.
I don't know if we know Simba's a star sign, but it's definitely giving Leo, and that is my type, sadly. I just can't wait to be king. Like, yes, I'll back you. And then when he's like moody and sad as an adult when he's hot, he's like, yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, I could help you. I could fix you.
I can help you. That's so good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a mate called Simone. He'll sort you out.
You just don't want to be left alone with it. Like otherwise, fine, but just don't be left alone with him on a night out. It's not going well for anybody. Yeah. We're gonna move on to a section now called Gay Rage. Right. We want to know something that is really winding you up at the minute. It can be something very, very small or something massive in terms of world issue, or it could just be like people walking in front of you in the street. Anything you want. This is your opportunity to vent to us and get it off your chest for everyone to hear.
I need to talk about Tyra Banks, actually.
Yes.
But I feel like I'm not armed with enough knowledge about Tyra Banks to come for Tyra Banks. But if it's okay, and the floor is indeed mine, I think I need to be angry about Tyra Banks for a hot second. I have a lot of gay rage. I tried to watch the documentary that's on Netflix, and I got maybe 20 minutes through it. I had to turn it off because I was so angry at her lack of accountability. It just made me really mad. And I think in general, that's the thing that gives me gay rage. It's people that can't accept wrongdoing or fault ever. And that documentary's fucking crazy. The way she just sits there and she's like, oh yeah, it wasn't me. It was this producer or that producer. And like, actually I was really amazing because I brought diversity onto the screen. Like I single-handedly invented diversity. No, you didn't. Naomi Campbell did. It's so traumatizing watching it. I don't understand how that they've let her get away with that. So I can't watch it in a protest. I'm sure she won't care, but it's driving me a bit mad. And then the same thing with the arrest of, God, I've gone so serious here. The arrest of Andrew also has really annoyed me. I have gay rage for that too, because can I talk about this? It feels as though
I was going to make an awful joke because you went, the arrest of Andrew's really annoyed me, and I was immediately, my first thought was to go for or against, which is really awful, and I should not have even computed.
No, that's a really good point. Why am I angry about that? I should be really happy, and everyone is happy about it seemingly online, and I guess it is good, but what made me annoyed about it is that he was arrested for sharing information. He wasn't arrested for any of the allegations that Virginia made against him or any of the other any of the other number of moments he's named in the Epstein files. He was only arrested because they felt like he'd shared information with Epstein, right? And so effectively that's just the government going, oh, you hurt the government, so we're going to arrest you. And that just pisses me off because it's like you're not taking any account. No one cares about women, girls, safety, like no one gives a shit about any of that. They're just arresting him because he shared some documents. It's so fucked. It's so unfair.
Yeah.
It feels like someone has committed a murder, but they've been arrested because they like dropped a packet of mini cheddars on the way. And so they were like, they've done a murder, but they've been arrested for littering, is what it feels.
That is a crime, though. I mean, if you drop a packet of mini cheddars, they're all going to crack. They're very,
that would be great.
Very flaky, sensitive biscuits.
I used to think when I was younger that if I littered on the floor, that someone would get the litter, do a DNA test on it, and then I would be arrested.
Wow.
So
that is how we should be bringing up children, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, rule by fear. 100%. Yeah.
So that's what my rage is for anyway. That's where I have gay rage. I feel really annoyed about it. But obviously it's good that he's been arrested and that there is some accountability on some level, but it just isn't really enough. And I'm also angry that they renamed him like Andrew. That annoys me too. I feel like he should still be called Prince Andrew because then we're reminded of the system he was part of and the system he abused. And at the moment, it's like he's now just a monolith, like Cher, Cheryl, Tyra, and how dare they?
Yeah, I get that. It does feel like immediately like, let's disassociate him from the family. Let's move him away. It was nothing to do with us, guys. It's like, come on now. You knew for a long old time. And it's also like, how they keep surviving these scandals, though, is you've got to kind of admire it. Because it just feels like every 5 years, the royal family take a shit on their own foot and just somehow get away with it. And it's just mad. Like the whole... Yeah.
Well, of course they're going to get away with it. I mean, what's the other?
They're untouchable. Yeah.
There's no other. What could possibly happen? I mean, this whole country is It's theirs, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's true. We're living in their garden. That's what's going on. We're camping in their garden.
We're in their
That's what's
garden.
happening. Like, it's just all a bit ridiculous.
I don't
Yeah.
really know what they do, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, what is their role?
Like, I don't know. It's hard because I'm sort of on the fence, on their fence. It's like, on one hand, I'm supportive of. I think it's probably a good thing. It means that we don't have a Trump. Like, we have a system in place that sort of stops this country ever going too crazy, because there's a royal assent to lawmaking, and then there's the House of Lords. Like, there's a lot of systems in place that stop things getting.
It's like a buffer.
Yeah, I feel like we have a safe buffer there, and so the version of the royal family and the monarchy that we have at the minute isn't necessarily as harmful as the one the country had in the past. But then at the same time, is it okay that they have all this money, and they don't need our money? They have their own money. They own so much. They own like all of Westminster, right? Like they don't need the money of citizens paying them tax, and yet we are paying them tax. I don't know how much, to be honest, but yeah, it's a bit.
And this is the thing with Andrew, is that like he's been found to have done all these awful things, which he's been to the island. People have seen the images. It's awful on so many levels. And his punishment was, you can't live in this castle anymore. You have to live in this other house you happen to own, and you're going to have to like pay for your own security. It's like, well, that's not a punishment. That's still living a better life than us. Like,
and that's what they made Harry do as well, right? Like Meghan and Harry had to pay for their own security when they come back to the UK. And so if that's their punishment, how is that equal? Because Harry is nowhere near the same. Like, they shouldn't be getting the same punishment.
Yeah,
it is bonkers.
And also, in reality, like, can anyone from the royal family actually go to prison? Like, say, for example...
he should have security to protect us from him, ultimately.
Yeah.
Can anyone from the royal family go to prison, Hollie, did you say?
Yeah.
I mean, probably not, right? Because they just won't let it happen.
It doesn't feel like it's ever going to happen.
I don't think that's possible, yeah.
Money, I just think that money and power gives you everything.
It feels like they don't abide by the same laws that we do.
Yeah.
On any level.
And the things as well, like, there's obviously lots of other things happening at the same time. It's like Trump in America, where like whenever the Epstein files get brought up, there'll be like a week of coverage on it, and then he'll do something absolutely batshit, and so the world just moves on and goes, "Hang on, he's going to invade Greenland?" Like and it feels like that's sort of happening now, because Peter Mandelson was arrested like 4 days later for exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, that feels like, okay, forget about Andrew now, because this guy's also bad. And that was an opportunity to then go, and I look at his ties to the Prime Minister, which is, again, obviously wrong, obviously awful. But it just feels like everything's being pushed on. You can be behind one, but not the other. And what I will say with the Peter Mandelson news story, which only happened the other day when he got arrested, is it was nice to finally see some news coverage of Peter Mandelson where they didn't use that awful picture where he didn't have his trousers on. Like, it was nice that it was like,
so nice to see him.
Yeah, dressed. Do you know what I mean? It was nice to, like, seeing him walk out of his house, and part of me was like, well, good on you, Peter. You put some trousers on. Like, well done. Like, that's so mad. Like, it's like when Tommy Robinson gets arrested for beating up a white guy, and you're like, well, at least he's improving. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just feels like that is pretty awful.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having your trousers down, is there? Let's be real.
No,
I'm not even wearing any trousers now, but.
I would say situation and location. I would say if you're in a paedophile's house, I mean, don't be there anyway, but if you are there, keep your bloody trousers on. That's
the goal.
Yeah. It's mad that they all took pictures. It's so mad.
That's the crazy thing, isn't it?
Are they crazy? Like, what's wrong with them?
All the emails as well.
The emails, the photos, it's so crazy. Like, what were they doing?
It's like someone was on the island and went, do you know what we really need? A paper trail. That's what we need here.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bonkers.
It's arrogance, though, isn't it? It's the pure arrogance of, we're not going to get caught. We're really important. Like, who cares?
It's when people get sloppy, because, like, you've got to think there must have been so much before this point, before it started getting documented, that they're like, of course we're going to get away with this. Every famous person that exists is here, and we're on a private island, and the only people that we're abusing are women and children. Who's going to tell? You know?
Yeah. It's my favorite thing to come out of the Epstein files, though, is that Elon Musk didn't go to the island. There's no evidence he went to the island. But he did repeatedly email Epstein and ask to go to the island. And I think
Yeah.
what's worse than being on a paedophile's island? Not being invited to a paedophile's island. Like,
Yeah.
that feels worse. Like, he's like begging him.
Do you know what that feels like? You know, like when you check through your partner's phone to see if they're cheating on you, and they've just like DM'd a load of celebrities saying like, "Loved your new single," and never got a response back.
You're like, oh, that's worse. Yeah, I would rather you were cheating on me than just being an absolute dweeb. Like,
Yeah.
Trying to cheat. Or like
God.
messaging people, not getting a response.
it's awful. Can we go back to Tyra Banks? Because
Yes.
I'm so glad. I know nothing about Tyra Banks other than, was she a model? And then
Alex.
she did things on telly.
What?
I know, am I a bad gay? I don't know.
Yes.
I think you're probably a healthy gay. I'm a toxic gay because I grew up on America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
And it taught me how to be hot.
What this might
didn't
be,
work.
I think what this is actually is a difference in age, because
Right.
Alex is 5 years younger than me or 6 years younger than me. Are you, Alex?
I'm 25. So would
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm
So
21.
this is millennial.
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Alex
So
is.
why does that mean you know it and he doesn't?
I cannot believe you've believed that, James.
Yeah, did you believe that?
Well, it's hard to see you both on these
Yeah.
on these blurry.
Don't fucking fall for that immediately. I'm much younger than Holly.
Really?
No one would ever
I know.
believe
Well, I look rough, but I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
could have
25,
believed it, to be
Holly's
fair.
30.
God, I've offended both of you.
But so
Anyway.
I all I know about Tyra Banks, she definitely, like, I remember her presenting TV shows when I was a kid, but I don't know how she got to that point. Obviously, America's Next Top Model,
Yes.
right? Which
Yes.
was, I imagine, quite a toxic place. Was like, you know,
I mean, they made people change races.
Yeah.
They switched races in one episode. They were
Jesus
like, oh, we're going to
Christ.
switch this up. We're going to blackface one of you, and the other one of you is
Oh
going
my
to be
God.
white. And they switched. I mean, what the hell? They took one girl's teeth out.
Just about to say that. Yep.
Yeah,
They took what the fuck?
Yeah, they were. The
Why
girls
did they
were
take her
crying.
teeth out? Why did they think that would make her look better?
I think they thought the gap wasn't sexy. So is that correct, Ollie?
Something like that. Yeah.
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 Okay.
But basically, like, that's our culture, right? That's how we grew up. That's what we learned was how to be attractive, and what, you know, that's how we saw what was attractive. That show. So, I mean, it's no wonder, like, the noughties were just full of such horrific, like, pictures of topless men on gay magazines. I mean, how awful. But you know, like that, there was a lot of like horrific shaming, wasn't there, in the press and stuff? And I think that's probably partly because of America's Next Top Model, or at least that was very much at the forefront of that culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up on like the early series of the X Factor, and that was like,
yes,
you look back on that now and you go, that was insane, like what they did to those people. Like, one guy got outed during the live shows, like after he performed. Danny Minogue outed him, and now somehow she's become a gay icon.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah. And there was like,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Was that Aiden?
I think so. Yeah. All I know, that he did that, and then he ended up doing like the postcode lottery adverts. So X Factor worked out well for him. But like, they did some pretty like horrific things to loads of them. There was like, one of the contestants was like in the newspapers every day because he was just, I mean, he clearly had a lot of issues, but he was just basically doing drugs all the time. And to the point where the press were providing him with, or it's alleged, the press were providing him with drugs to do just so they could get like the perfect snap. It was mad. Like, it was utterly bonkers.
Yeah.
The thing about Tyra that annoys me also now is that she has this ice cream shop in Sydney. She's opened an ice cream shop called Smize and Dream. And
that's awful.
I know. And I was looking at the website. Go to the website. There's a picture of someone holding one of her ice creams with busted nails that like growing out, the gels that are growing out. It's just disgusting. Like, how has she let that pass? I don't know. But what annoyed me this week is that I was Googling it because I've become obsessed and I keep getting served videos of her. She's invented this product called hot ice cream. And basically, it's hot ice cream. And she's been doing these sycophantic videos talking to ice cream shops in America, being like, guys, it's so sad that so many of you closed your doors last year because you couldn't, keep the lights on because you went out of business during the winter months. So that's why I invented hot ice cream. It's my gift to the world. Go make yourself hot ice cream. So I was like, right, what is this hot ice cream thing? So I Googled it, and basically it's just a creamy drink. It's like a hot chocolate, effectively. And in Australia, she's not allowed legally to call it hot ice cream because, rightly so, the government say it's not ice cream. It's a hot drink.
Yeah.
But so even in her ice cream business, she's trying to gaslight the fuck out of all of us. I'm fuming.
It's so bold to have claimed to use the word invented as well. It's so bold.
Invented hot ice cream. You can't do that. There's not a possibility.
It's either a hot drink or you have put some ice cream in a microwave.
Yeah,
so to claim you've invented
it's not ice cream, is it? It's actually melted ice cream. Is what it is.
That's all it is.
Yeah. That annoys me so much.
So she's called it, Smize and what's it called? Smize and Dream Cream or something? I mean,
I object to the term dream cream in a business title.
Yeah, that sounds like an STD symptom. I don't like.
So gross.
Awful. She's
she's
a problem. Yeah. She gave a lot of us eating disorders in the early 2000s when I was 6.
That is awful. That is pretty horrendous. And I mean, like, I know I said like the X Factor was like the early series of it were like that, or not like that, but they weren't like that at all. They were bad, but this sounds like another fucking. I can't get over the fact they took a woman's teeth out. Like that's mad. That's batshit. Like, and if that's your first thought when you think of it, that's mental. Like, because even the X Factor though is bad. My first thought when I think of the X Factor is Gary Barlow talking about Talisa's fag ash breath. That is one of the most iconic lines of all time. It's just like, that's not great. That's pretty bad, but it's not removing someone's fucking teeth. That's just batshit.
Yeah.
It's just so mental. Okay, so we're gonna move on now. We've vented about Tyra Banks. I've learned loads about Tyra Banks, which is, something I didn't expect to happen today. So I'm very glad.
You're going to have your teeth pulled out at the weekend.
Oh yeah, I'm going to, me of all people, I'm going to go fully down the route of, I'm going to be America's Next Top Model circa 1999 or whatever it was. Right?
Cycle 25, see you there.
Yeah.
You're still in the running to be America's Next Top Model. That was the quote, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm going to live every day of my life like that. I'm going to write that on a mirror. So we're moving to a section called Feeling Pride. This is where we want to hear something that is genuinely bringing you joy at the minute, or is making you feel proud of yourself, proud to be part of the community, proud of anything you like, something that's bringing you genuine joy in your life right now.
Well, that's hard.
I know, it is a hard question. It really is. And that's why I ask it and don't answer.
What is bringing me joy? That's so hard. Is this normally a really positive segment where people are like, oh my God, I saw Punch the Monkey, get a hug? Is it like that kind of pride? Or it's like internal?
It's sometimes something really small, or sometimes it's something bigger. So like we've had people come before talk about how they've just booked their first holiday they're going on by themselves. And they're like, that felt like a big moment.
I guess I'm proud of... God. Yeah, I'm proud of myself, I guess. I think I've done a lot of work in the last couple of years on me, and not drinking for like 55 days is pretty huge. I was definitely in a sort of cycle of drinking a lot, going out, having sex with strangers, which is obviously fine and enjoyable and go for it. But I think doing that all the time is probably not necessarily healthy, especially if you're doing it to mute like how you feel. And I was definitely muting a lot of feelings. So I guess I'm proud of that. And I'm proud of the show that I've been writing for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy that it's like still going, but it doesn't, that's why I paused, because it doesn't necessarily bring me joy because it's traumatic. But it is also bringing me a lot of self-pride, because it's such a difficult thing to do, and somehow I found this strength inside of me to tell the story, make it funny, and leave audiences feeling quite positive and happy.
Because it is worth saying, the show you are about to go to Australia with and then tour the UK with, you've done at the Edinburgh Festival previously, you've done before, is about a pretty awful previous relationship.
Yeah.
And that's a lot to...
So basically, yeah, I mean, it's about Dommy V, domestic violence, and
Dommy V.
Dommy V. Amazing.
And yeah, it's been really hard. I mean, I started the whole thing crying, reading like War and Peace on stage, and then I've now got to a point where it's strong and funny, and also uplifting, weirdly. So yeah, it's awesome. I'm really, really proud of it, and it's a story that we don't talk about enough everywhere, not just even in queer spaces, my God, but like in society in general, we just don't talk about it. And I think we have so much shame, and we're so afraid to, I don't know, acknowledge that it happens, especially when you're gay. I think it's much, maybe, I don't know that this is true. I haven't experienced it as a woman, but I think when you're a man experiencing it, it's difficult because you just don't expect to be a victim like that. And we're taught from such an early age, like, never hit a woman, obviously, or that if you're a man and someone attacks you, you should fight back, right? So like my boyfriend hitting me and me not hitting back makes me feel like I'm a loser because I should have hit back. So like having to face the fact that you were a victim of it in your own home is quite a thing to overcome, because you've carrying all these lies and all this shame that it shouldn't be possible. So God, I wish this was leading to a joke. I can't think of one.
That's okay. It's okay.
It doesn't need to.
I think like it ultimately comes to like the way we're taught about Dommy V, which I do enjoy as a phrase, is we're very rarely taught about it anyway. We're not taught about it properly anyway. It's something that's very rarely ever addressed. And when it is, we never see it through a queer lens. So that can be a really kind of, that can be complicated. And you know, I was in a previous relationship where it was coercive control and things like that. And again, I see what you're saying in terms of like Dommy A, and that this shouldn't be happening to me. I shouldn't have let this happen to me because I am a man. And also for me, it's like I come from a family of very laddie, sporty men. And I'm 6'4", and like I shouldn't be allowed to be intimidated by other people. And so when you are, you immediately feel like you're wrong or you're the problem.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I paused then because I was like, oh God, I meant to say that thing that people say where they go, I'm so sorry you went through that. But I hate that. It patronizes the fuck out of me. So, and actually, I'm almost like, I'm sort of happy that you've come out the other side of that and are able to see that for what it is now. I think that's the power of surviving something like this. It's not like, oh, I'm sad that happened. It's like finding the good in the bad. We have to do that to like survive. And
I think I have seen your show and I loved it. I think it's a really incredible like piece of work, because the overriding thing more than anything is that it's funny, and it's just a good comedy show first and foremost, you know, and with everything else in it just adds so much to its like levity. And I think my way of dealing with what happened to me has been in more recent times, sort of the last kind of 6 months, has been I do talk about it on stage and I do make it funny. And one of the biggest moments for me was he basically left me after 2 years together, and it transpired he'd been in a relationship with someone he was engaged to for 7 years, and I didn't know that. But he announced this to me 5 minutes before I had to teach year 6 maths because I was a teacher. And it's like the idea of that being the most heartbreaking you've ever been. And I still had to teach SATs level maths questions to a group of 11-year-olds. And like, how do you deal with that situation? And the bit of material that was born out of it was
what's 1 cunt minus 2?
Yeah, it was pretty much like that. My one thing is I had to ask questions like, if a train leaves Leeds station at 10 a.m.
would you jump in front of it?
Yeah, but exactly that. When I arrives at Sheffield station at 11 a.m, would life be better if I was underneath it? So that is awful. And so but it's like that born out of it. And I've been doing that bit of material for maybe 9 months.
Amazing.
And I posted it on Instagram the other day. It took a long, it's a bit of material that has always gone down well for me in clubs and stuff.
Oh, I need to watch
and
it.
I only posted it on social media recently. And that was like a big moment because I was like, this is a good bit, and this is a bit that I know will do all right on my socials. But I was like, I can't do it. I'm too afraid to do it. And because also, my social media is public. I'm a comedian. I need it to be. It's part of the job now. So people who I used to work with saw that, and people who knew him and knew me were going to see it. Maybe he was going to fucking see it. Interestingly, he was the one I was least worried about seeing it. I was like, yeah, you can watch it. I see other people. And it took such a long time. But by the time I actually got to post it, it was like, oh no, this is actually really quite freeing and liberating. And that actually a bit of revenge isn't a bad thing. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, well, I don't see it as revenge. I see it as accountability.
Yeah, okay.
I don't see it as revenge for me. It's like, you're not dealing with this, so I am going to. I love that you posted that and that you're talking about it. That's so funny. I've now got brave enough that I can do my Dom EV material in a 10.
Wow.
That's great.
Which I was so scared to do. But I can turn up now and do a 10 in a comedy set and just drop it and be like, I don't give a fuck. You're getting... Because these are my best jokes, so I'm going to give them to you. And I can see people being like, holy shit, is this okay? But it is okay. It's completely okay, and it's normal, and it's happening to so many people. We should all be joking about it all the time, because then these people don't have the power to do it.
And that's how things change.
Yeah. The only reason these people have power to abuse people is because no one is discussing it or holding people to account. If your boyfriend cheats on you, you tell all your friends. You tell all your friends, and no one cares. Well, they care. They'll call him a wanker or whatever. But, you're not terrified to share that information. But if your boyfriend throws you at the top of the stairs, pushes you at the top of the stairs, you don't tell people. You're afraid to tell people. And actually, you should be telling everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, peace and love.
It's
but it's so great. It's such an important thing to be doing. I'm excited to see that, Alex. And what I was going to say was, I think the reason gay people we feel lucky, don't we, to be in a relationship, to have found love. So we often, that supersedes any wrongdoing from our partner, because we're just like, oh my God, thank God I found someone. It's so hard to find someone when you're gay.
Yeah.
And I understand also all of his trauma, because I also have a very similar trauma background being queer. We all grow up with trauma. So that's the other problem. I think that's why that is why domestic abuse rates for queer people are so high, because it's 1 in 3, and it makes total sense to me. Not because we're awful, but because we're all so broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's but you're right now at the forefront of that conversation, which is incredible. I'm really
wish I wasn't.
I
had a great after Edinburgh finished last year. I had a great 4 months of just drinking, sleeping with loads of men, not taking life too seriously, and then January hit, and I was like, oh shit, I've got to do this show again. I've got to go to Australia. And so I'm relearning it. And it's weird, it's not, when you learn jokes, they're in your brain, right? They don't really leave. It's like riding a bike. But this show is not like that. It's being filed under trauma. So it's actually really hard for me to re-access that. So I have been crying a lot lately, but it's fine.
My my only show actually that I did in 2024 was like that, revisiting a lot of trauma. And I found that hard as well, when I had little gaps in between doing it. and then had to re-go over it. And again, yeah, I'd never realised that that's what it was. Like you've just said, that it's kind of filed under trauma. I didn't realise at the time that's what it was, but that makes complete sense as to why it wasn't like coming so naturally like a regular like club set does.
Yeah. I guess also a club set is a bit shorter, so that helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot in my show that isn't a joke, so I don't remember it as easily because it's like actual emotion. It's a good show though. I'm very proud of it, and it's very funny.
That's not the best way you could have solved it.
No, I don't know how. I'm
good.
really struggling with this at the moment. Normally, like last year, I was in a really good place with it, and I was just promoting it as being funny and not really getting too into the emotion of it. But I seem to have regressed a bit, and now I keep finding myself in deep conversations about Domi V again, and but you know, it's never going to leave me, so it's fine. But it is really funny. Promise. When did you see it, Alex?
Edinburgh. I saw it at Edinburgh.
This year just gone.
This year just gone.
Okay, great. Then you definitely
saw
saw the best version of it so far.
I loved it. It was great, and it was funny. He's right. It was funny.
But I've done it like Hollie. I've done it over 100 times now, and it changed so much from like I counted them all. And in Edinburgh this summer, I hit 100, and it changed every single day from like 1 to 100. And yeah, it's in such a good place now. But it's not over because it's not on Netflix. It's not. Yeah, the conversation is only just starting, I feel, and so I'm going to keep doing it. I'm never going to stop.
Good.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Like my abusive ex, if I hadn't dumped him.
Oh God.
Fucking hell.
I was going to try and move on to our light-hearted bit. I was like, the next bit's a really light-hearted bit.
I was trying to find a joke.
I don't know how to move on from this.
That is my perfect humour. Like that is exactly everything that I want in humour. So that is just like
okay. Well, then you definitely have to come to the show, Hollie.
Yeah. Are you doing any over here, or is it just Australia that you're doing?
Yeah. So I have Soho Theatre on the 13th and 14th of April. And then I have a tour at the end of the year playing Birmingham, Manchester, Newcastle, Edinburgh, Cardiff. So there's a few different dates.
Yeah.
Great. Okay,
100%.
we're going to move on to our final section of the pod, which is queer fire questions. We're going to hit you with a category, and you need to tell us.
Hit me is actually so insensitive, Alex.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh Christ.
We're gonna
let's
hug you
retake that, Antonia.
with some questions.
We're going to consensually present you with some topics, and we're going to ask you. We're going to give you a category, and we just want to know what you think is the gayest thing within that category.
Okay.
Cool. Hollie, do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I'm just going to say them as I remember them, Alex, because as you know, I don't know these off by heart. So any that I remember, I'll just say, okay, film.
The Birdcage.
Nice. Good choice.
It's pretty gay.
I've not seen that.
It's very gay. Although it doesn't have one. Does it even have a gay actor in it? I'm not sure it does.
No, I don't think it does either. But it's still pretty gay.
Really gay.
In a way, that kind of makes it more gay.
It makes it way more gay.
It kind of really does, actually. Gayest car.
Gayest car? I feel like it's a say at Ibiza. I don't know why.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because it's got Ibiza.
It doesn't
in it,
look
that's why.
gay, but it feels gay. Do they still make those?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's a say at Ibiza. Although, actually, I did ride a Nissan Leaf pretty recently, and that's really fucking gay. That's a shit car. Sorry if you drive that. That is a bad car. It's an electric car, and I love the planet, but like, fuck that. We had to charge it. It's like being in an iPhone. I had to sit in a service station for like 2 hours charging it.
Who has time?
I don't feel safe in a fucking Leaf. Like, I don't want a Leaf.
It's true.
You shop?
Gayest shop. Is it?
It's not like there's no correct answer.
No, there is.
We're not going to mark you.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, I was going to say TK Maxx because it's affordable and fashionable, and if it's like trying to be something it's not, which I think is quite gay, to be honest.
Yeah.
But maybe Sports Direct is doing that as well.
Yeah, I think
that is quite
true.
It's because it thinks it's really straight, and That's quite gay.
That is gay. That is
It's
so gay.
It's like, oh, we're Sports Direct. We sell, socks, whatever socks you want, but they're all white with a sports logo. Like, it's very gay. It's very gay.
I feel like in TK Maxx, it's definitely the upstairs bit as well. The really random stuff.
Is that the homeware area?
Very, I suppose it depends what TK. I think some TK Maxx are all on one floor, aren't they? But the one that I'm picturing in my head upstairs, it has loads of like queer home stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, TK Maxx. Let's go TK Maxx. Also, Max sounds quite hot. I don't know who he is, but he sounds hot. So
yeah, cool.
2 X's as well.
Yeah, TK is definitely a hot guy. What's gayest? I think we always try and link one back to the interview we've just done, and I was trying to think of something to do with America's Next Top Model, but it didn't.
I thought you were going to say Epstein Island.
No, gayest person on the island.
Gayest island.
Gayest island is Gran Canaria, right? That's the gayest island.
Well, Lesbos, no.
Lesbos, that is a gay island. That is a gay island, in fairness.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say gay. Are we doing gayest island?
Yeah, let's do gayest island. That's fine.
Isle of Wight.
Yeah, I feel it because it feels like it's trying to be straight.
Because it's completely undiverse. It's just like toxic white, horrible.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I get that. And finally, gayest person on this call.
I love this part because the guest always just like looks at us.
It's you,
both.
Holly. It's you.
Oh!
You hid in a bath from maggots.
Yeah.
That's
no one ever says me.
Gay.
No one ever says me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always me. Like, the guests never say themselves. It is always me. At first it was fun, and now it's kind of crushing for my self-esteem. But it's
But there's nothing wrong with being gay.
No. I like it.
That's the message of the podcast. James Barr, thank you so much for coming onto the podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you for chatting to us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
No, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you to you at home for listening. Get tickets for James's tour. For goodness sake, whether you're in Australia or the UK, do that now. Go now. And we will talk to you next time on the Queers On podcast. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.